John, another exciting one yet today. Been looking forward to this one for a while. Quite the character from the north.
Yes,
joining us.
Known as the Contractor's Rep.
The Contractor's Rep.
I love that.
So we've got Eli Asoyuf from Catalyst Sales on with us. Eli, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy day. We really appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're excited. So Eli, tell us a little bit about Catalyst.
Catalyst Sales and Marketing. We are the gateway to the east of Canada. So if you want to do well in our market, you'd come with us. No, we're a very progressive agent in our market. We feel we use very forward metrics, and that defines our business.
Yeah, that's right. Well, so what territory do you guys cover? What markets are you in? Tell everybody about you guys.
Sure. So we are located in Atlantic Canada. So that would be the provinces of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland.
That means you get up earlier than everybody else?
I get up about an hour earlier than you, John.
So 10 o'clock, huh?
Yeah, right.
No, and we serve the electrical markets, not just in, electric wholesale, but we also do decorative lighting as well. We do some HVAC. So a real good mix. The territory.
Yes, EV chargers too, right?
Absolutely. Yes, we do.
EV chargers as well? Yeah.
We do EV chargers as well, and the conductors that would connect them. We do enclosures. We do devices, arc flash clothing, very, very well rounded. So we could be talking about industrial one day, or actually within the same, in a morning, I could be talking about industrial, commercial, or residential opportunity.
And how did you get your start in the business?
I guess probably over half of us, by fluke, trial and error. It was actually, I ran high pressure steam boilers in Western Canada for about a decade. And then I moved back to this part of the country. And the courses I took were electrical engineering technology. And I applied for this job. I knew two of the lines the guy had. I really didn't know anything about this part of the business, what a rep really did. I came from industry. So it was an eye-opener, and I worked for that gentleman for about 5 years. And in 2013, I started my own company. And I had that for 3 years. And then 2016, I met my business partner, and he had a similar agency with non-competing lines, and there wasn't a lot of overlap. So that's when we started Catalyst.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned earlier, talking about a lot of the forward metrics that you guys track. I was always impressed with what you were doing on that front end. And I think the other thing that's unique about Catalyst is that you've got kind of a strong presence with the younger generation as employees, right? And you've been able to recruit and retain a lot of youthful energy, right? And you're kind of blending those two levels of experience. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about those things.
Yeah, I want to say not long after Mark and I started the company, we joined in a business guidance program that there was some federal funding for, and we sat down with these characters that look at our business, and we really just Mark and I, you could say we're like two kites in the wind. So whatever, somebody like whoever yelled the loudest was going to get our attention. And really, we started to look at, the metrics from the perspective of how often are we visiting said customer, and then what's the return on that, or how well has we been doing. And now it's really dialed in. Now you also mentioned the younger crowd. Early on we had some folks that were experts in the Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, in that arena. Some of our product lines would be more end user facing. So when you talk, say, Instagram, we've got, I want to say, 4,500 followers, and for our market, our small market, that's big.
That's huge.
That's really good.
Yeah,
absolutely. And can you maybe just tell us some more about how long you've been a Repfabric customer? What do you like about it? How's it working for your company?
So I want to say it would have been, I think we met John. He was maybe at the trade show in Orlando at that Marriott, maybe in 17, 18.
Okay. That's pretty early on, yeah.
We were on pretty early. So,
kind of like-minded. We were starting our businesses about that time.
Yeah.
You guys are a little further into it, I think. Yeah.
So for for us, it allowed us to enter the data as a trench guy. What I like about it is being able to spin it up in the parking lot of whatever wholesaler I happen to be sitting in. I can see last year, I can see right now, and that forms the conversation that I'm going to have with that client. I mean, I've already got predetermined in my mind what we're going to do, but it's nice to have that data right there. Other things that I'm able to do is, I can ask a team member to put together a quick chart. We like to see visuals, right? So I'll have a quick chart of here's what we're doing together. And that chart, that visual really helps the client understand how important our relationship is when they see it in a chart. Like, it's one thing to have a number. When they see it, like, oh wow, okay, we're doing some great business together. Yes. And
across all the different manufacturers that you rep, right?
Across all the different manufacturers. The other nice thing too is when a manufacturer wants data from us, like, what are we doing? We have a solid foundation on what we're doing in the trench. So not only can I say, well, Mr. Manufacturer, we do a lot of calls for you, I can actually quantify that by saying we did 265 calls on your behalf, in the second quarter of 2024. So it's not arbitrary or, we like metrics. I put a number on it.
Yeah, you can have a data-driven conversation, right? Yeah. Good, sorry.
The other one is the redundancy. I want to say at least 3 manufacturers that we have their own portals, and they want to standard the data through those portals. I mean, if someday I hope that we'll have the symmetry between the two and get them linked up.
We do for at least one of them, by the way.
At least one. We're getting there.
Yep.
I'm hoping that AI will also aid in that. In the data entry.
Working on that too.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got some exciting things coming in AI for sure. So stay tuned on that front.
Yeah. I mean, I'll mention too that we do on our monthlies, when we do our monthly check-ins, there's almost like an 80-20. So as I enter my data, I enter my calls with hopefully my thumb and, somewhere in a parking lot after my day or after the call. But that adds up at the end of the month. And then there's kind of a check and balance. Will say, like, well, you should be visiting these top 20 this many times, right? And then either why or what was going on or what type of call was it? And we look at those metrics as well. Kind of keep us on track.
The visit frequency. Yep. Keep
the visit frequency up,
right? Yeah. Yep. That's right. Well, cool. Well, sadly, I think we're a little bit out of time right now.
We got a lot of time, but we'll say thank you, first of all. It's so good to talk with you here. But also, if people want to know more about your business, know about you, do you have a website for your business, or are you on LinkedIn? We said you're on LinkedIn, right? So
I'm on LinkedIn. Our business website is cattlesalesandmarketing.ca.
Nice.
And I'm positive you could just Google cattle sales and marketing, and it should come up. It should come up.
So for those manufacturers that need help in Eastern Canada,
that's right.
You're the guy to talk to. I love it.
Yeah.